As we draw closer to the release of Avengers Doomsday, we get in trailers after trailers. And the most recent leaked trailer is the X-Men trailer for Avengers Doomsday, where we see Professor Xavier and Eric Lyncher, Magneto, playing chess. And we transition to another screen where we see Cyclops in the authentic cartoon 1997 costume shooting out the I beams. Now, it's not exactly clear what we see, but does this change your level of excitement for this Avengers Doomsday?
No, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm kind of actually psyched about this. We're getting trailers back to back. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of dig with the little potato quality, but it's exciting to see what's gonna happen going moving forward with the X-Men.
So how can we put this in the how this makes sense in this universe? Because I think we the 20th Century Fox thing is dead and gone. So I'm pretty sure most of us know what the situation is as far as the X-Men, where it doesn't exactly require a a origin type story. Like, oh, we know who these people are. They've been around since the 2000s. Now, the last time we actually saw an actual X-Men movie was like what, late 2010s?
Yeah, that's correct. It's been a
So
minute.
now, to be in 2014 was Days of Future Past.
Wow, it's been
Yes,
that long.
2014 was Days of Future Past. So technically, that's the last time you've seen Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen as Magneto and Professor X. But I'm gonna go take it a step further.
What you got?
X-Men Last Stand. That's what we want. X-Men Last Stand. This was, where's Homeboy at? Can't find Homeboy.
Well, technically, the last X-Men
James
movie we
James
had
James
James McAvoy.
Marsden, yes. James Marsden. The last time we actually saw him suit up, well, technically, in an X-Men movie was The Last Stand. That was 2006. But if
That's
we're
crazy.
if we're getting technical, the last time we actually seen him in action as Cyclops was 2003 X2.
It's been a minute. It's crazy that he's come back to reprise his role though. Like, I mean, I think they're gonna do justice because this, the 20th century Fox X-Men films weren't that great. They weren't that peak.
Oh, hold on. What are you talking about? Like those movies were freaking
I'm not saying they were
awesome.
garbage. I'm just saying like it just the whole time loop and all that. It was kind of ruining the franchise, and it didn't do no justice when they rebooted it
What you
again.
mean? Like
Like, don't get
let's
me wrong, I got a special place on my heart. The X Men, like I do love the films, like the trilogy, but after a while, it started getting weird.
let's be honest. The last time, so this is the first time ever we saw X-Men in live action. At the time, that there was
Yeah,
nothing
there was nothing like
there
it.
was nothing like it. Like you had Spider-Man at the time, and then soon after that it was the X-Men. And I'm like, this is like that. But to be honest, I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited about this. We get the X-Men now. I feel like the trailer could have been a little bit better, but how
I
how,
was
how
kind of
come?
hoping for your girl Jean to reprise her role. I don't know if she's coming back or not.
Well, I've seen her do an interview. Don't quote me on this, but she said that she wasn't even called to do the movie.
That's crazy.
Yeah, she wasn't even
They
called
gotta
to
be
do the
hiding.
movie.
They gotta be hiding her. They gotta have her, bro. You can't have it without her, though. She's one of the OG squad members, yo. You gotta bring her back.
She has not been called at all. So um it's I think I haven't. I saw the cast when they did the presentation for it, but I wasn't throwing all my eggs in that basket for the cast members. I felt like they were holding back some cast members, and I thought it was she was going to be one of the cast members that was going to be held back. But if she's saying she ain't in it, I gotta believe she ain't in it. Like most people,
We
when they
gotta
sit
see.
down and do the interviews about, hey, are you in the movie? You're gonna have to wait and see. I can't really speak on that. That's usually what they say. But she was just blatant honest, like, no, I never got the call. They never called me to be in the movie.
Probably paying her to keep her mouth shut for right now. I mean, we can still have our hopes, But overall, I'm excited for this. I mean, seeing them in their seeing Cyclops in his costume, I ain't gonna lie, I'm going for it, yo. I'm giving my thumbs up on it. I approve it.
So how can we? What's the scenario in the movie where the X Men is significant in this Doomsday movie?
I'm pretty sure they're gonna use the X-Men universe as a as an incursion between the 616. So like their universe is gonna have to fight our universe in order to see who survives, who comes up on top.
Hmm. So we just playing our devil's advocate here because remember in Days of Future Past 2014, that's a long time ago. That was 10 years ago, where they pretty much if Wolverine going back to the past, would we consider that an incursion?
I believe so, because technically, what you got two Wolverines in the same universe in the Deadpool universe, which I believe that's the X-Men we're gonna get, and I believe that's the same universe where what's their name, Photon is actually located in.
You think she's in that universe?
I'm gonna go out of a limb and say that's the same universe where Deadpool is located at. Because I feel like that's adding way too much. Like to have Deadpool in a separate mutant universe and then have the X Men in this movie be in a separate universe. That doesn't make no sense to me.
But that's the thing though. When we he never spoke about a Wolverine in his actual universe though.
No, he did. He was his anchor being. Remember,
He died in his universe.
he died in his universe. Yeah,
See, this is confusing because that movie took place in like 2030 ish.
yeah. Because from what I remember, Logan happened before Deadpool 3. So his anchor being died eventually tells him 1,000 years later, like, your universe is gonna die because without an anchor being. So he decided to go pull another Wolverine from another universe and throw him into his universe so his universe can survive.
Mm-hmm.
So he could protect Vanessa. That was the whole point of saving the multiverse, which somehow that worked.
2029. The movie takes
2029.
place in 2029. The Logan movie.
And I feel like that's what they're going to use as an excuse. It's not, don't quote me on this. I've been watching a lot of like explainers and like theories out there. I feel like the reason why we're probably going to have an incursion is not only because of Doctor Strange, but also because we lost Tony. And Tony should be the anchor being for 616 if they introduce that theory in Deadpool 3. So, I mean, it's a possibility that our universe was meant to die because Tony Stark doesn't exist in our universe.
Real quick, let's take it back to X-Men and where we're and where what universe that's in because I don't know if you remember this, but at Logan, everybody died in the Logan universe, so it can't be that universe.
That's true, but I don't know. It just to me, just that's adding way too much, bro. You got Deadpool and Wolverine in one universe, and then the X Men in another. Why don't you just make it,
It
just
would
combine
have
them
to be two
together?
different universes.
Think so? I mean, I don't think I don't have a problem with them mixing the X Men with Deadpool and Wolverine and just say, hey, they're in the same universe. Boom, done. You know what I'm saying? Because that feels like that's adding way too much. That's like too many layers on an onion, bro. Like you're already getting 6 squads, 6 teams. and then this is gonna be Doom's movie. So like he's basically gonna be like the Thanos, just carrying the main character throughout the film as he fights these teams. So this is gonna be pretty crazy.
So I was glancing, I don't know, on X, and there was a theory about Deadpool and Wolverine working with TVA. Them being in the actual universe, I feel like that would be a better transition into the X-Men than them actually being in a different universe. That makes sense.
Yeah,
So them working for the
because they'd be in a
TVA,
pocket dimension where time doesn't flow. You know what I mean?
yes.
Like
So they would be
where
like,
we left
"Oh,
off.
we gotta go to a universe where the X-Men still exists," and then boom, they just pop in that universe. So
Okay, yeah, okay. I didn't really think. I forgot about the TVA being. Well, I mean, even though we're speaking about the TVA, I forgot that they could work with TVA and like be able to zap themselves to another universe.
so they go
I
back.
mean,
So
it could
they
be a
go,
possibility. Loki be like, I need y'all to come with me, and then boom,
yeah.
they
So
go
they
fight
go to the
Doctor Doom.
universe. They go to the universe where um, what's Shawty's name from Marvels?
A photon.
Yeah, go to that universe where they have a alive and well X-Men, except no Wolverine, which that's kind of crazy if they don't have a Wolverine in their universe.
They gotta have one
Everybody's got a
because you
Wolverine.
can kill him off and just still have Hugh Jackman still playing a different version of Wolverine. You know what I
So
mean?
yeah. So I feel like that would be, that could be the most logical scenario they could do if they was to be with the TVA and then they just need the X-Men for some reason. I don't know.
But
Maybe, maybe
seeing Ian McKellen like reprise his role as Magneto and then Patrick Stewart as Professor X, it got me hyped. I ain't gonna lie to you. They owe this dirt. I mean, they are those characters. They get one final farewell. It's gonna be pretty cool.
so you
But
don't like the new
they gotta let
dudes.
Magneto be Magneto though. I want to see a fierce fight between Magneto and Doom. I remember having a debate about this with somebody on the internet who would actually overcome one or the other.
Magneto or Doom?
Yeah,
What was your answer?
Doctor Doom, of course, yo. But it
How?
wouldn't be it
How?
wouldn't be a fair fight though. It would have to be like a battle of wits. Like it had to be, how do I say this? It's kind of like a samurai thing. Like you got to come with your best shit because Doom is not just armor, bro. Like it's enchanted with mystical arts, and he is also the master and sorcerer supreme in a lot of his universes. So he wouldn't just easily be taken down so easily by Magneto. And yes, Magneto does have the ability to control metal, but it would have to be something quick. Like Magneto would have to think quick on his feet because Doom ain't no chump. He ain't no loser. He gonna fight back with everything he got.
To be honest, I feel like, well, me personally, as an average comic book person, a lot of people don't think that Doom is that strong based off of the examples they put out in the movies, in the Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah, they dimmed down Doom in the live action movie. I mean, this movie hasn't come out yet, so it could be that Doom is too OP. Because I mean, they dimmed down a lot of these characters in the comics. Some of these characters are way too strong, and of course, it wouldn't make sense in the live action like universes how powerful these people can be. I mean, this is probably why we haven't got a lot of the gods really flexing out here. Because if Thor was really like OG Thor, like Odin Thor, he would obliterate half of his villains off break.
That's interesting because he was supposed to be in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and he should have. What was the super strong dude in Guardians of the Galaxy? And the
Drax.
the last one, the last movie, the bad guy.
Uh, I can't remember his name. Wow, we gotta look that up. I don't remember at
Because
the top of my head.
they to be honest, I feel like they made Drax OP in that movie.
What was it called? Why don't I remember his name? I wasn't a big fan of that movie anyway.
You didn't even care for the movie?
No, not really. The High Evolutionary.
That movie wasn't that bad. I just felt like there was definitely something missing in the movie.
And thinking about it now that the main villain actually plays for James, he plays in the DC universe.
James Gunn?
Yeah, he plays for James Gunn's universe. He
Ooh.
was in the Peacemaker, the dude who played High Evolutionary, the actor.
He's in the universe now.
Yeah, he's in the DC universe.
So so real quick, taking it back to at Professor X and Magneto. You prefer Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen over Michael Fassbender and
That's a hard choice though, because they're both.
James McAvoy?
That's a hard choice though. It
I feel
really
like
is.
they're a little bit more
They carry the
capable.
mantle, but James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender, I can't go wrong with them, bro. I
I
want
just
them to
don't rock
continue
with
playing.
McAvoy. I just don't rock with McAvoy. Fassbender's
What?
fine. McAvoy, no.
I mean, I wouldn't mind them coming back and reprising the role, but I mean, I see them going forward being that. But if they were gonna character swap them with some different actors, I'm cool with that too, yo.
McAvoy's a little bit of a crybaby to me in these movies.
Hey, to each his their own.
All right, so taking it back to this trailer, right? So so far we got technically 4 X-Men in this movie. Now, I believe I did see the Nightcrawler cast member in that presentation that they had.
Uh huh.
How many other
Yeah,
X-Men
that's
do you think
correct.
is going to be in the movie?
To be honest with you, I don't. I wouldn't be able to put a number out there. I mean, I think what is it? Each team has like 6 people, so I'm gonna go out of the limb here and give them six X Men characters.
6?
Yeah,
Do we see? Okay, so that would be Beast, Wolverine, Cyclops,
Cyclops,
Magneto, Professor X,
and then Night.
Nightcrawler. Damn.
Oh, and you also got did we say Beast?
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, so
Beast.
yeah, that's 6. That's crazy. I'm okay with that squad. I'm okay with that. I mean, it would be nice to see Storm in Jean Grey. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I really think Storm is in the movie though.
You think so?
Hmm. I really think she's in the movie. It'd be
We'll
crazy if
see.
she wasn't in the movie.
But this trailer got me thinking. Like, I wonder why they're surrounded by fire. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say probably Doctor Doom attacked the mansion, the Xavier mansion.
Two and two together, why would he attack the mansion?
Great question. Either he's trying to stop the incursion, or he he was looking for somebody. That's another theory that's been going around. If we look at the 3 trailers that we've all been watching, he's slowly doing something. He's slowly collecting something. So in the second teaser trailer, sorry, excuse me, we have Thor, and it says God of Thunder will return in Avengers Doomsday, and it's implied that he took his niece, so
So
he's
whose
coming for
niece?
Thor's niece.
Whose baby is that?
That was Gore the God Butchers. Remember, that was his daughter.
That was his daughter.
That was his daughter. Yeah. So he adopted the little girl as his own.
Thor
I
did.
think in the end, yeah, Thor.
See, I didn't. That's the movie I barely remember because that movie was trash.
It wasn't that great. I was kind of disappointed on how much shit that they took out and how they tried to dim it down. That shit was dumb. They could have done so much better with Gordon God Butcher. But overall, Thor adopted his daughter. I think they basically have like a uncle niece type relationship. Because I'm not gonna so say that that's his stepdaughter. No, that's his niece.
So what would be the reason why he would take his daughter? I mean, his niece.
I don't know, but I feel like because he also went into the Fantastic Four's universe and pretty much, I don't know if he stole Frank Richards yet or he's going to plan to steal Frank Richards. So if he's stealing him and Gore the God Butcher's daughter, he must be collecting something. I don't know what it is. It might be their powers he might be trying to collect.
So, because he also could possibly steal Captain America's child.
That's true too. That's what another theory too, because we don't know who this child is. So if he did have a child, there is a superhuman walking around. We just didn't know it the entire time. And it could be an incursion too. It could also be like that kid's not supposed to exist in that timeline whatsoever.
Mm.
Because if we think about, because I believe the niece that Thor lost is called Love. Hence why it's called Love and Thunder. He stole Love, and technically she's not supposed to be alive.
Mm.
Technically, I believe she was supposed to have died, but her father saved her.
That's why I
Well,
was a
saved
little
them.
confused because I remember the beginning. The whole reason why he ended up selling his soul was because he wanted revenge for the people that killed his daughter.
Yeah, correct. And then
Yeah.
he went to it's not the Living Tribunal. I think it's called Eternity, and then brought his daughter back. So technically, she wasn't supposed to live in the first place. So she must have some type of power that is too OP, or he's fixing loose ends in the universe, or he's just trying to steal them for their power. I'm gonna go out of my limb and say that Doctor Doom is trying to fix loose ends. Like same thing with Frank Richards. He wasn't supposed to survive. Let me rephrase that. He wasn't supposed to stay on Earth. He was supposed to go with Galactus, but they stopped him.
Okay, so as we know in all these big Avengers movies, the villain has a justifiable reason for them doing what they do. For example, obviously Thanos, he wanted to restore balance to the universe. You could think about him saving the Earth from being blown up and possible other planets being blown up. Ultron, his solution for the human race was to destroy it due to the fact that, excuse me, to save the human race, he wanted to destroy it. I don't want to get into that. But am I missing somebody?
And then you have Thanos, who snapped half of all universe. Yeah,
Yeah, Thanos snapping half the universe just to save planets from being destroyed, or
or consumed by Celestials.
there you go. So, what would be Doctor Doom's reason?
To stop the multiverse from colliding with each other. Because an incursion is would one universe or two corrode or collide with one another, either destroying one or the other or destroying both of each other.
So, who is a possible villain that's more stronger than Doom?
I mean, there's quite a few of them.
That could be on par with the storyline of Doomsday.
I mean, we already mentioned them. I mean, you got Ultron and you got Thanos. I mean, Thanos has to come back.
So, is it
So
possible that we can mix Galactus in the mix?
that's that's. I mean, it's a possibility, but that's asking for a lot, though.
Because I don't think Doctor Doom is going to be the end all be all villain in these next two movies. I think somebody else is kind of like hidden somewhere.
I mean, I see where you're going with this, but
You see I'm going with it?
mean, I can see that happening, but overall,
All right, so give me some, put something together for me real quick. Give me a villain. I need one.
I mean, they did take him away. I mean, it's a possibility he can come back. I mean, it's asking for a lot though, but I mean, you might as well do it. I mean, you still have the option to do it. I mean, his name is cleared. I mean, bring back King the Conqueror, bro. Just do it. But I mean, as we know, he's supposed to be destroying the councils of King. But if he does do that, right, there is only technically one more being out there who did it is not with the councils of Kang, and that's the one from Ant-Man, you could bring him back. And he was the strongest out of all of them. He was the one that was kicked out of the council for being too fucking dangerous. So I could see Jonathan Major coming back to reprise that role.
I can see that too, but anybody but that Kang. Anybody but him.
I mean, I know I don't want to say he got defeated. He just got prolonged from winning. Bro. He's still rocking the shit out of Ant-Man though. That was because that was due to plot armor. That was lazy writing. That was just stupid. Like, I don't know who in their right mind thought, hey, let's put Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man's movie, because whoever decided to do that, this is how I know these guys were just banking off shit, because I would have stopped the shit out of you. If somebody came into my office and told me, let's use Kang the Conqueror as a villain against Ant-Man. Like, that movie should have ended in 5 minutes. I'm sorry, that movie should have ended in 5 minutes. There's just no way.
That's I feel like he should have dominated. He should have dominated Ant-Man, left his ass there, and then should have went to another universe that we didn't hear from him for a while.
Facts. Or had help from the other Avengers.
Then it should have been an Avengers movie.
It should have been somewhat of an Avengers movie where you could have had maybe Thor. Who else? Damn, ain't that Hulk? There ain't that many Avengers left.
Yeah, not that many.
Probably
Avengers.
Doctor Strange. I would say, okay, I would go over the big three. Screw it. Doctor Strange, Thor, and Hulk. That's it. I mean, that's all you need.
We're just putting the plot of a story together. But if they were to do something like that, where they was to surprise motherfuckers, Kang the Conqueror is here.
I'll fuck with it then. I'm definitely hands up, yo. I'm definitely saying go ahead, do it, yo, because this is supposed to be his movie, and they're just replacing Kang with Doom to do it. Which I'm not against the idea, like I stated earlier before in the last pods when Robert Downey Jr. was announced to play Victor Von Doom. I'm still cool with it.
But I just prefer to have Jonathan Majors.
But I prefer to have Jonathan Majors come back, bro, because you already built the story up and you might as well finish it. But them just basically trying to tie in loose ends with, with the whole last couple phases and the TV shows, is, as we already spoke about this before, it's not that great. So, of course, the Russo brothers like, yeah, we're just going to bypass all this and just go right back to Endgame, and we're just going to fix these loose ends, and we're just going to call it a day. You're welcome. Basically, that's what they're telling us. You're welcome.
I feel like it was a contingency plan.
Think so? It does seem desperate, but at the same time, it does seem like you have to be crazy to accomplish this mission, because really any person would have been like, there is no way to fix this universe. You're just going to have to finish the phase off however you finish it, and then try to act like it didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like, let some time go by and act like the shit didn't happen, and then reset the universe, and as boom, done. But hey, I'm cool with it. I just want to see the OGs come back. That's all I want. I just want a big ending. Pause. And I want to see all the OG characters come back.
So
and duke it out with each other.
So we see, like, there's been a bunch of theories out there and about, like, for example, Avengers Endgame, where the Incredible Hulk was talking to the Sorcerer Supreme, if I'm not mistaken, about
at that time.
Stones. Yeah, so she had this big old monologue about this could cause a big problem or whatever. And that kind of got me thinking, like, maybe the Russo brothers already had, like, this story already set and ready. They just, I don't know. Maybe everybody was like, you know what, we're not on board with this. We don't want to, continue on making movies like Captain America. Chris Evans like, nah, I'm done. And I don't know what Robert Downey's situation was, but a lot of people weren't on board to coming back to reprising their roles anymore. So it was like, all right, I guess we'll go ahead and just keep it to the side. And after they got that that head nod from Robert Downey to come back, like, oh, bet we can go ahead and do this. That's kind of how I'm thinking how this ended up happening because things just lining up a little bit too perfectly if we're being honest.
Like for some reason, as we're going moving forward with these movies, that some of this shit is starting to make sense now.
Yes, exactly.
Like, and it just doesn't seem right, right? Like it doesn't. It shouldn't work, is what we're saying. As you're building up from whatever, I want to say it's disasters, because some of them were good. Like from this chaos that we have, and all of a sudden, as you slowly planting little seeds, and then you're starting to go back and notice, like, did they do that intentionally? Like,
Yeah,
was that supposed to happen the entire time?
I wouldn't say intentionally. It's like, all right, we're gonna go ahead and let the young bucks give it a shot, but we got something in play just in case things don't work out the way it's supposed to work out.
Facts. But like you said, with the Sorcerer Supreme talking to Bruce Banner at the time, Smart Hulk, you know, if you take the Infinity Stones from this universe, it creates a branch, a different branch, which could also create different branches. But if you bring back the gem or the stone back the time that it was taken from that universe, it closes off the branch timelines. That's what Hulk said. And now that we had Deadpool 3, Deadpool and Wolverine, them having anchor beings also has something to do with it as well.
They'll have some type of explanation for it. Like they have to, but yeah, I just feel like they probably had it sitting locked away in a safe, a script for another Avengers movie.
But you do got me thinking, like, did the Russo brothers come up with something and it just is like, yeah, we're just gonna have to roll with this shit. Because it makes too much sense now. Like, no matter how you put it, even if Doom is from the 616 and he is really Tony Stark, I'm cool with that too. Or he's an alternate version from a different timeline. Because there's also so many theories out there. Because I was watching one where they were saying that back in Iron Man 3 when he was having his therapy session with Bruce Banner, how he remembered when he was 17 and what year he was born, because he stated how old he was at that time. So it's hence that he was either born in 1968 or 1969. So he goes back in 1969 in Endgame to go get the Tesseract, correct? With Steve Rogers. And he meets his father, Howard Stark.
And he says his wife is pregnant.
And yeah, he's about to go visit his wife because she was about to give birth. At that point, Tony should already have been born. And he asked her how far along is she, and she's still pregnant. He goes and does kind of like a little bit of a belly, so she's not giving birth anytime soon. So it's like, who is that child? Because Tony had this face like that doesn't make sense. Like, who's that child? But I mean, it was overlooked, and we kind of just went on with the movie, and
we just went on with the movie like, oh, bet it's just Tony. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good because Tony still exists. So like, I mean, it's crazy. There's a lot of theories going out there. And I'm kind of thinking like, yo, this is kind of this shouldn't work, but it's working. And I'm like, it's kind of like blowing my mind. Boom. I'm like, yo, there's too many theories out there, and I'm like, and it could also be like, just Victor Von Doom is from another universe, maybe the Fantastic Four's universe. And something happens where it causes him to get it and step involved, or maybe he's from another universe and his universe had an incursion and he wasn't able to save it, and because he's a man of his people, he's gonna go back and try to fix it by any means necessary. And he just
I thought
happens
Doctor
to look
Doom
like
was
Tony.
supposed to be evil.
I want to go and say he's evil. He just has a different way of looking at things. He's that dude that, like, if he has to sacrifice one or many to get what he wants, he'll do it. As long as the end just justifies the means, he's cool with it by any means necessary.
Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, last thing before we close this thing out. Black Panther. Where
about it?
let me get a theory on where we're going with the Black Panther thing.
I'm still kind of unsure about that. Like,
because that's supposed to be a team in Wakanda, correct?
Yeah, there is supposed to be a team in Wakanda.
Okay,
It's probably gonna be Shuri who's gonna be leading the Wakandans.
please no, please no.
Or who else you want? M'Baku? After him getting dogged by Namor,
So this me just going out on a limb, like kind of I could say this is just a wish list. But if somehow we can get T'Challa's son, I don't know how, to be the Black Panther and ready to roll for this movie. I don't know. Maybe you gotta get him from another timeline. I don't know. But if you could somehow get him rocking ready, I feel like that would be better.
you would have to age up the timeline. I mean, it could be possible.
And then you already know who I want to play him.
I already know.
Yes, sir. Yes, you do. Yes, you do, sir. You already know. Damson Idris, baby. Go ahead and put the suit on.
Fingers crossed. Let's see how it goes.
Go ahead and put the suit on, man. Like if they was able to pull that off, man,
That'd be pretty
Panther,
cool.
especially at the like again. We've been talking about this for the longest time. We saw the sketches for the Doomsday movie, and he was in the movie. Just saying.
Hey, anything is possible at this point, bro. I'm not shocked. I'm generally excited. The only thing, it sucks that we have to wait a whole nother year to watch this movie. It's going to be the biggest movie in 2026, and I'm psyched for it. I can't wait.
It's crazy that this comes out in December 2026. That is
I
freaking
know.
crazy.
That's the crazy part.
Oh, any last things before we close this thing out?
I ain't really got much. I mean, the only thing is I've been hearing too people complaining that the Steve Rogers trailer, where they said Steve Rogers will come back to reprise his role in Avengers Doomsday, everybody's mad. As if, like, how do I say this? Everybody's mad because they're like, OG Captain America's back. And what happens to Sam Wilson's Captain America? First of all, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I'm gonna just put my opinion out there. Nobody cares, bro. We didn't want it. We got it. And it doesn't sit well. So I mean, really, they should have just been. What they really just did for Steve Rogers. They really gave him grace, but it really should have. They really just respected Sam Wilson. I'm not gonna lie. It really should have just said Captain America will return in Avengers Doomsday, not Steve Rogers. That's what the fucking shit should have said. Like, y'all can hate. I'm just saying that's what it really should have. That it would just be hella fucking nice. That bitch should have been in bold letters. Captain America will return in Avengers Doomsday, and everybody would have been like, "What happened to Samuel? Nobody cares. Stop talking. We're not talking about that."